Hey, I did go see some films.
Oh, you saw a film?
I saw a film. So one, I watched The Naked Gun.
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah. So Naked Gun is it's a wild return to basically the old movie form of the old comedy form of film. It is Naked Gun 4. It truly feels like it in that,
And it pretends that like time didn't pass.
yeah. It's funny because essentially it's going for jokes at the pace and rate of the old films, which, if you recall, it swung for way more, and only one in like 30 would hit.
Yeah, but you're getting like literally 2 jokes a minute.
Yes.
For an entire film's runtime.
Exactly. And so that's what I feel like is happening here. There's like a solid like 1 for 30 jokes that land in this movie, and there's 29 whiffs, but it never stops swinging the entire time. Every scene, every line, it's ridiculous slapstick. Slapstick is back. It is. And yeah, there's the part of it where, you know, obviously comedy movies especially are like something that just has shriveled up and died for the most part. When the credits roll, it makes a lot of sense, because the first thing you see pop up after Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson is directed by Akiva.
Oh,
And you're like,
oh, okay.
Well,
all
that
right.
explains it, right? So for
That
anyone who
explains everything.
there you go. So for anyone who doesn't know, you might know Andy Samberg, you might know Jizz in My Pants, I'm on a Boat, you know, all those fun SNL video things. He was originally part of The Lonely Island, a trio with Yorma, Andy, and Akiva, and they had really fun skits and 2 albums and all these fun bits. And Andy went on to be more of a face, where he was a SNL performer, but Akiva was a writer at SNL. I don't know if Yorma was as well, but in any case, this is directed by one of the group from The Lonely Island, so it makes perfect sense. Yeah, that adds up. Yeah, you know, there's some bits. There's a bunch that don't work. There's a bunch of just a bunch of chuckles and silent smiles. But you know what? But even in a movie like Blazing Saddles, there's a bunch of bits that are, you know, that just kind of swing and miss too.
This is such a weird like end to a strange arc. Did you ever see the Gervais old, what's it called? It was Little Something. It was a show with Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant about a little guy who was a comic.
Okay.
And there is a scene in which Liam Neeson comes in and talks to them and says, I want to get into comedy.
Oh, interesting.
And just absolutely no, not a Idiot Abroad. Life's Too Short. That's it. Life's Too Short. And he just absolutely shit bombs an improv session in the most awkward, painful way, by routine, like pretending that he's at a doctor's office and just constantly saying he has AIDS.
Okay.
And it's like in its own universe, it's violently uncomfortable, but watching it, it's actually really hilarious. And Neeson's playing it deadly straight.
So
that was like 10 years ago.
That's funny because, okay, so he already had that interest. Because I assumed it was almost just like the name pun of Leslie Nielsen and Liam Neeson was part of that, you know? But yeah, if he was interested, then great. Not just being Taken guy, why not? Go for it. Pam Anderson as well does a good job. Comes in, classic old stupid slapstick bits. And there are times in particular where, for the most part, again, it's a bunch of mild dumb shit. But there are bits where they decide, like, Akiva's like, nah, we're gonna go for it on this one. There are some pronounced moments, right? Like the OJ one at the end of the trailer. That's an example of they're like, and we're going for it here, right? And there are a few more like that. Like one in particular where he walks up to Liam Neeson walks up to a bar, and then the bartender's like, like fuck you, man, you don't remember me. And he's like, nah, I don't. And he's like, you shot my brother, you know. And he's like, oh, he's like, yeah, that could have been hundreds of people. And he's like, while he was running away. It's like, okay, that could have been like 50 people. He was white. Tony! Hey, it's you.
That's great.
You're like, oh, fuck. You know. Like, I'm like, all right, Naked Gun. I see you. Jesus Christ, man. So yeah, that was dumb, and like, again, you're gonna get hit by a solid what is that? Yeah, what is what I'm terrible at math. A solid 0.3% of the bits, but they're gonna hit when they hit.
As long as every like 5 to 10 minutes you get like a sensible chuckle, I'd consider that a win.
Yeah. That's the pace you're getting at, because hundreds of dumb things going off, which feel exactly like the old movies did, you know, to be fair.
So I haven't seen it, but I kind of felt that coming off of just its promotional material, because you'd see like a 30-second YouTube or TikTok ad, and it would have like 4 jokes in it.
Right.
And usually you'd be like, are they cutting this to like put every joke in a scene in like the TikTok ad? Like, oh no, it's the movie's just like this.
That being said, I feel like, I don't know if like I feel like an appreciation for that type of dumb slapstick comes from watching it when you were younger. So I don't know if like it's gonna land with people seeing this type of movie for the first time, you know. But I can clearly,
well, tell my 2-year-old The Naked Gun, and we'll get back to you on reviews.
Well, the time might just be past us, you know. But ultimately, it does feel like, okay, they knew what they were going for with this, which is a throwback style comedy. But I don't know how well that works for anyone who doesn't know what they're going for, you know. In any case, yeah, the little dumb fun, good bit there. And then I watched Fantastic Four: The First Steps.
Oh yeah?
Yes. That is.
Are you back into the MCU, Woolie?
So first of all, this should have been spaced out from Superman way more, I think.
Oh,
it would have benefited.
Okay.
It would have benefited.
You should have spaced it out from Superman.
It would have benefited.
You,
I think the world would have benefited from this being spaced out from Superman. Because like there's not much that's really wrong with it. It's enjoyable, but it's kind of like the shit that it's trying would have. Yeah, when you like, Superman came in and went for some hard swings and nailed them, right? So then when you go in and you go like, what are the swings this is going for? And it's like, it's not going for any particularly wild swings. It's just being a superhero movie. The main one is just that it's a retro style superhero movie in the same way, because it's the same director as WandaVision. So it's got that whole 60s aesthetic, really, really faithfully recreated, and a lot of the 60s vibe are like done in a fun way, you know, which is totally fine. But it definitely would have benefited from a little bit more space, you know. The aesthetic is it's done really well, but it certainly isn't. It's not like a Sin City thing where you're like it's all carried on that look. Because at the end of the day, it's like no. Well, it's still just got to be a movie, you know. It's also not trying to be aggressively like a joke MCU movie. There's not a ton of.
Oh, that's gonna give it a point in my book by default.
Yeah, it's got like
they went so hard on that shit, man.
It's got a couple of gags, but like not a ton of them. For the most part, it's a fairly straightforward, serious movie. And you know that works in its favor, I'd say, especially for the tone. Like if the jokes are feeling like they're from the 60s as well, then good, right? That's kind of what you would want, which they do. What it does do quite well is it is easily the most stressful MCU movie ever made. It is the most
interesting.
it is the most stressful superhero film I think I've ever seen. The core theme is not family. It is not about, uniting or whatever. The core theme is stress.
Okay.
Everything happening.
So like excitement, film stress, or like
give me a minute to deal with this? No, there is no minute. You have to deal with this and that.
Okay.
And that. And that.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect about a movie whose main character is a guy who's stretched too thin.
Sure. If you want to, you can take that as a point. I mean, there is a sequence, which is, I'll say like first 30% spoiler or so, first big action scene spoiler. So tune out if you don't want to hear it. Giving you a minute. All right. There's a sequence in which there is a wormhole chase occurring while running away from the Silver Surfer, while slingshotting around a black hole, while going into active labor and birthing a baby all at the same time. And it's absolutely psychotically stressful.
All right. So I had 3 questions about this film, knowing almost nothing aside from the trailers, and I don't know if my questions are spoilers or not. You just answered one of them.
Yes.
Which is little Frankie part of this movie?
Absolutely. And
fuck.
And
I hate that so much for any future movie I watch that is from Marvel. I hate that for me.
Let's see.
I hate that for me.
I'm curious to see what they do, but I think they did a pretty good job here. But regardless, the level. Okay, so you hate that for you.
I hate that for me.
And how did we feel watching it then, Pat? How did we feel? How did I feel watching it while that was going down? Yeah, a little stressful, maybe.
I don't really. Well, yeah, right. Oh yeah, right. Okay, that part.
Yeah, that part.
No, I just mean I think Franklin Richards is like the worst thing to ever happen to Marvel Comics. I fucking hate Franklin Richards with a passion.
Right. Okay. Well, look, I think based on what they've done here so far so good. Let's see where it goes. Let's see what they do.
My second question is, how much do you think the movie is like kind of expecting to carry itself on like how like much you want to give Pedro Pascal a hug?
Not that much in the sense that like for being the leader of the bunch, him well. He's really kind of background compared to the other family in a way. Like Mr. Fantastic, like Reed is not front and center. He's being incredibly smart and he's solving problems, but it gives honestly like equal time to the 4 of them. And in some of the major moments, they have nothing to do with him. He's not. There's extended sequences where he's like not on screen for like a while.
Oh, cool. I'm seeing folks say that it's a lot of it's Sue's movie.
It definitely feels like she gets big push right. But I would say too as well, like Johnny, gets big push too. Like, yeah, it's not necessarily anxious Reed. It's not it's not Pascal hugs. It's spread out a little bit more. And Sue is in the way that they depict her as well is like, yeah, there's some moments there where you're like, okay, cool. I like that she can distinguish herself from other MCU characters or other MCU like women, where there's a moment where like, again, the threat is looming and she's very straightforward and being like, yo, Johnny, go kill that girl, fuck her, get that bitch, fucking murder her, please. Can you hurry up? Can you hurry up and kill the evil so we can get out of here?
I like a woman who'll tell me to go kill somebody. Yeah. I think that's attractive.
It's, you know, that's a very clear, like, oh, okay, cool, right, got it. We're doing it. Appreciate that. And I would say too that, like, there's an element of it that is okay. The multiverse, like, we don't give a fuck, because once you get into infinite universes and you spread yourself too thin, nothing matters. Consequences.
There could be a multiverse in which Jonathan Majors is still here.
There could be, and we all know that combined with, like, too many movies coming out burns people out because everything can be inconsequential, right? That plays an interesting role in improving this movie, because they're not on 626,
right?
They're on 828, which is another Earth.
Yeah,
and that means you, the audience, are like, oh, this can go at any minute, because it's not.
Yeah, they could just blow up the whole fucking planet
because
by
it's
the
not
end.
the real one. So you're like, you don't really feel like this has to matter, and furthermore, you're also expecting that. Excuse me, 616 is what I meant. Yeah, to say. You're also looking at it going, they are going to join the main line eventually. We expect. Therefore,
anything can happen in this movie.
So you're like, yeah, you know, and I think it uses that to an advantage, where that disconnect you feel in multiverses not mattering makes tension more real.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Ouroboros. It's like, well, nothing matters eventually, but this might matter right now.
Yeah. So if nothing matters and we're spending time with a place where nothing matters, then actually it matters even more, because you're not going to feel like plot armor will protect you. You know, you're not going to feel like, marketing will protect you. You know, so yeah, that works weirdly in its favor. I would say it feels like you're on an expendable planet while you're watching it.
Yeah. Okay. I have a final question. You may or may not answer it if you don't want to. How does he look?
I'm
just going to assume that my question is valid.
Yeah, accurate, and it ain't gas and bugs, so it's what it's.
No, not him. How does he look? We're talking about the Fantastic Four?
Yeah. I thought you were talking about, like, our potential cloud monster Galactus.
Oh, no, not him. I don't give a fuck about him.
Because Galactus is a super goofy old design that you have to bring into the future with big CG, and it's a difficult thing to make that look particularly good with big old CG.
You don't see him.
But you also are trying to not do what the last 3 failed Fantastic Four movies did. The answer to your question then, through inference, is don't worry about it.
Okay. All right.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. Anyway, so there's all that. There is a problem I do have with this that feels like medium sized, which is also difficult to discuss without spoilers, so I'm not going to get into it, but suffice to say this: the people of this world, the people of this planet with Fantastic Four, are way more tolerant and understanding of doomsday circumstances than anyone would ever expect planet Earth to be. You know, to such a degree that I'm like, I would never buy that. That's impossible, right? That's not the way people behave given an existential crisis. That's about as much as I'll say on that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's fine. It's good. It's fine. It's it's not swinging hard in any particular directions, but it would have benefited from some space from Superman.